Welcome back to another Rose City Reptiles video. Now, we have been asked many times to make this video, and I was just waiting for that right time. And now is the time. It's time to start setting up our egg laying containers. We've got our containers. We've got everything we need right here in front of me. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to set up your lay box for your Tegu eggs. Okay, it's not difficult. It's a pretty simple thing to do, but it's also easy to make a mistake, and that can kill your eggs, which kind of messes up your season. So don't put all of your blood, sweat, and tears into getting your animals to produce and then mess up in the very last stage of setting up your eggs. So pay attention to this video, watch the whole thing, like this video. That helps me out, helps the channel out. Subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. First, let's go over what containers I use. Good news is it's not going to break the bank. These are pretty cheap containers. They're like $1.29 or $2 each. They're cheap, and they are from Container Store. The reason why these are the best containers to use is because they are crystal clear. You guys see that? So when these are sitting in your incubator, you can see in them without having to open them up. Another thing that's really nice is, just like the container, the lids are crystal clear as well. They work perfectly. I love them. They're the shoebox size, if you're wondering, and these typically fit your average clutch. Unless you get a big one, they'll take 2 containers. So let me show you what modifications you have to do to your containers to have it ready. Okay, so this is very simple. You don't have to do much. That's the good news. I can't find my solder thing that, you know, gets hot and pokes a hole. I can't find that. If you know where it is, let me know. It's driving me crazy. I spent like an hour looking for it. But we can use our drill. I've got a really small drill bit on here. It's not really focusing on that, but we'll show you the hole. And what you want to do is just put one hole in your container. I put it right in the middle on one of the front side or the back side. I put it on the front. That way I can cover it up if needed. We'll go over that later. But yeah, so let me go ahead and put my one hole in here. Do it kind of slow so you don't crack the container. If you have a solder, it's a lot faster and easier, and you're not going to crack it. But you can see kind of what we did here. Just a little hole right there. That allows some air to exchange, some fresh air to exchange from your box and out into the incubator. So very important you have that. You can run into problems if you don't. Now the next thing that we're going to go over is your perlite. That's what I use. You can use vermiculite, you can use perlite. A lot of people use a mixture of the two. I love perlite. That's what I use, and that's what I'm going to use in this video and recommend to you all. Now there are some important things, and this really can make a big difference, is where you get your perlite from. So most of you guys will not buy it in bulk like this. I mean, this will last me a while. This is a lot of perlite. I bought it from Amazon. Yeah, I got it directly from Amazon. It was pretty cheap. Shipping was fast. I think that huge bag was like $33. So it's not bad at all. You get a lot. In case you guys don't know, there's a link in the description that has my affiliate Amazon link. So if you click that link and you shop on Amazon, I get a kickback. Doesn't matter what you buy. You can literally buy toilet paper and I will get some of that money back. It's just a little bit of bonus if you guys want to support the channel and my family. That helps out greatly. So yeah, if you go to buy something on Amazon, click that link down in the description. But perlite. So as you can see, this bag, let's see. You see those little holes in there? Right there, yeah. Right there. They're all over the bag. You see there's a bunch of them all over. And what that allows your perlite to do before you buy it is it allows it to be dry, okay? If you go to Home Depot and Lowe's, I don't have one of those bags on me, but I've used them. They're completely sealed. So what you have to do, please remember this, you guys. This is really important. I've lost eggs because of this. I did a few years ago. I believe this is why. If you buy it from Lowe's or Home Depot, those smaller bags of perlite or vermiculite, open them up and leave them open. Let them vent in your room for several days. I mean, preferably several weeks, because those can be fairly wet and you can't really tell. Perlite holds moisture really well, and in those sealed bags, 100% they are not completely dry. So I like these. They have those little holes. Also, these are coarse perlite, this one. So it's nice big pieces of perlite and not like that little dust. So I recommend getting this perlite right here, but I know for some of you that's just too much. But they do, I believe they have smaller bags. Just click my link, go on Amazon, find what you need. Because if you're planning on breeding tegus this season, you need to be setting up your boxes now. Like, you're a little behind. You're fine. Don't stress. But get on there and order it, because it's better. Don't be that guy who's like, hey, I got eggs. I got eggs. What do I do? No, don't do that. Be prepared. Okay? Incubator should be on and running. Okay, let's get in. I'm rambling. You guys know how I do. Okay, so got the egg box, got the hole drilled in it. We talked about perlite. Now on to the next step of actually putting our perlite into our container. Okay, to do that, what you want to do is you're going to have equal parts by weight perlite and water. So crucial. When you're filling up and you're adding your water to your perlite, do not put too much. You will run into problems. Your eggs could drown. It really can happen. It's better to be a little on the drier side than on the wet side. I mean, it's best to be right there, perfect, but trust me on that, it's better. So like, if your eggs are a little too dry, what will happen is they'll dimple. Here, I have some bad eggs. These are not Tegu eggs. These are some bad eggs. Let's see if I can get that to focus. You guys see that dimple in that egg? That means it's too dry. That's what will happen to your Tegu eggs. That won't kill them unless it goes on for a long period of time. So that's better than your eggs drowning. If your eggs drown, they're gone. There's no saving them. The embryo has died. So better to be on the little bit on the drier side than it is to be too wet. So what you're gonna do, you want equal parts by weight, like I said. So you're gonna take a scale. This is a simple scale from Walmart. I mean, they're like 9 or 10 bucks. Go grab one, okay? You're gonna turn it on. Place your box on the scale and then zero it out. Now it's at 0. So now we're ready to add our perlite and get the weight of the perlite that we add into the container. All right, so Brandon got a cup real quick, and now I am scooping out the perlite. You see how big these pieces are? This is really good stuff. Of course, there's going to be some small stuff in there too. I mean, but overall, this is good stuff. Our scale turned off, so let's turn that back on. Make sure it is zeroed out, and it's on grams. That works. That is what you want it on. And we start putting in our perlite. And like I said, I have a lot of perlite. This is gonna last a while. I told my neighbor, don't buy any perlite this year. I got you. I got you covered. And true story, he bought a bag of perlite from Lowe's, and I collected some eggs for him one day, and there was literally a little fish inside the bag of perlite. I'm not joking. So we fill it up about that much. Probably, actually, that's a bit of an overkill. I'm gonna take a little bit out. I should have counted how many scoops that is. I will maybe do that on the next one. Okay, that's about right. So now you see the number 237. So that's how many. So that is how much water we need. We need 237 grams of water. Easy enough. See, this is simple. You guys, this is simple. You just got to take your time, do it right. So now we're going to go get some water, 237 grams of water. and we'll add it in. So here at the sink, I've got some quail thawing out in there. Oh yeah, we're feeding today. Keep feeding. All right, we got some water. We're gonna go and add it in to our container. All right, so now we're gonna zero it out. So we can't forget that number, 237. Make sure we saw it nice and clear, 237. Zero it out, and now we add 237. So we get close. I'm adding the water, you guys can see. It doesn't take much. Oh, I went over just a tiny bit, that's okay. But you can see, I mean, half the cup of water in all this perlite. Okay, so let me show you what we do next. Okay, so we got it in there. We got the right amount of water. I know it went over a couple grams, that's okay. But I should have stopped right before, lesson learned. But like I said, this is going in the incubator. It's gonna lose a little bit of that moisture. I like to set up all my containers. I'm gonna set up all these containers today, have them all going, all of them in the incubator, perfect temperatures. That way when I get eggs, I don't have to do this. I get the eggs, they go in the box, go straight in the incubator, it's ready. So now you put your lid on and then put your finger over the hole and give it a shake. And then we're gonna feel, maybe you guys can tell on camera, I'm gonna kind of put my hands through it and let you see the consistency of it, because it's good to get a feel for it. Okay, it's all mixed up. Now, I'm gonna bring the camera over here and we will get a feel for kind of what to expect. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring the camera a little closer. I'll do this one hand. That works. Is that you, Rona? Sorry. All right, so got our perlite, took the lid off. Now you can see it's clumping together a little bit. You see that? Not completely. I don't get, you know, if I grab a whole handful, there is some that stays together. That's what you're looking for. But what you don't see is water. I can squeeze this as hard as I can. There's no water coming out at all. None. Not a single drop. If there was, I would have way too much water in there. So look out for that, especially if you're not using a scale, but I highly suggest 100% use a scale. Don't risk your entire clutch on a $10 scale. Don't do it. Don't do that. Okay? And if you don't have one, go click my link and go buy one. And then I get a little kickback for telling you to buy a scale and saving your whole clutch. Okay. So it is now, this box is now perfect. It really is perfect. That consistency felt just right. Just a little damp, but you can barely tell. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like, this is what the perlite you buy at Home Depot already feels like fresh out the bag most of the time. Like, it feels like this. And then if you add more water to it, that's why people struggle getting their numbers right and their consistency right, I think, is because they're buying perlite that's already wet. Like, if I had this perlite outside, it would soak up humidity from the air. Okay, like, I just suggest buying it in bulk. I really do. So you'll use it eventually, but I do suggest it. I mean, I know it takes up a lot of space. Like, I don't even know where I'm gonna put this big bag. I'm still trying to think of a good spot for it, but it's worth it in the end to get, you know, a good solid product. Okay, so now you guys know how to prepare your egg box. Now let's talk about incubators. That's a big one. That's really important. That's something that you don't want to be cheap on. I mean, I think there's really like two options. Those hot boxes are super nice. There's a few people that make top quality incubators, extremely nice. Go that route or make your own. Now, there's a bunch of other ones out there that are complete garbage. If you put your eggs in there, it doesn't make sense. So a good thermostat is really important. This is actually a new incubator. We still have our other one, but it's out in the greenhouse, just not being used right now. I'm kind of keeping it as a backup in case we need it. But Herpstat, that's what our other incubator was. That's a great thermostat. And here's the inside. I am incubating some tortoise eggs for my neighbor because he ran out of space. But I'm actually going to, some of those are mine as well, the ones on the bottom, and I'm going to switch them over to these containers today. But yeah, so this is the setup. You can see these containers. See, you probably didn't even see that one. This is one right here. See how clear it is? How easy it is to see? And it fits perfectly in here. I believe I'll be able to fit over 20 inside of here, if not more. I bet more. So, but in this incubator, I've got a fan down here, a fan up here, heat tape down both sides, the bottom and the top, and it works really well. As you can see, it's set on 88 and it's 88.1. Incubating Tegu eggs, we haven't gone over temperatures. But yeah, it's important that you incubate your Tegu eggs anywhere between 86 and 88. So I just go right there, somewhere in the middle, and do 87.5. And that is what works for me, and that's what I do. But any of those ranges are fine. A little fluctuation is normal and okay. So yeah, I think we about covered it. So things that you don't want to be cheap and you don't want to skimp out on when you're setting up your eggs is your perlite, scale, your incubator, and your thermostat. Those are very, very important things, tools, when setting up your eggs. I hope you guys found this video informative, to the point. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Use this as a resource this breeding season. Good luck to everyone out there who's trying to breed their Tegus. Best of luck to you. Hope you find great success this season. And hey, let's do it. Thank you for watching. Like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.